So hello! Long time no vlog. As you can see, I have moved and I'm changing up some stuff and building myself a new setup, but I was thinking about it and it's been way too long since I checked in and talked a little bit about comic books and comic book related nonsense. And I thought a really good excuse to do that again would be a certain Civil War! I don't know if you had a chance to watch Captain America Civil War. I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free unless specifically marked otherwise. I have seen it twice now, and it is a pretty excellent movie. Marvel has just knocked it out of the park on this one. It makes me super happy, and I'm already anxious to go back and see it again. Although it was funny because my first time watching the movie, one of my big takeaways was by the end just like, I forgot what a bummer it is to watch my people fight. But I thought the movie was incredibly successful on pretty much every level. I like it even more than I did when I walked out of it the first time, which is a rare thing. And it built up this conflict between its heroes without making me super mad at them for acting like jerks. And I have to say, this is one of those times where I gotta kind of give it to the movie over even the very successful source material. Because in this source material, I usually wanted to knock some sense into everybody. And in the movie, I had a much more genuine conflict for myself in terms of picking sides. Now, that said, as always, I'm going to plug the comics. Definitely check out the original Civil War series. It's written by Mark Millar and illustrated by Steve McNiven. It was published by Marvel about 10 years ago. I forgot to look up the exact year. It was a 7-part series, and you get the main storyline completely in this trade paperback collection, although you will also see many similar looking trade paperback collections that are collecting the issues of everybody else's comics that were coming out at the same time. One you particularly might want to check out is the Civil War Amazing Spider-Man run, which, and this is minorly spoilery for the movie, has a very famous speech by Captain America in it that we might have heard a piece of in a surprising context in the movie, which for those who have seen the movie was hands down one of my favorite parts. I was so delighted by the use of that quote and the context that they gave it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But oh my goodness, what a slam dunk. Scarlet Witch and Vision were amazing, Sharon was amazing, Black Widow was amazing. The main arcs for Steve and for Tony in Captain America Civil War were handled so gracefully and beautifully. A tiny thing, but one I really appreciated, was that this movie respected our intelligence. They tell us we're in Vienna, but they don't specify a country because they expect us to know. And they tell us we're in Lagos, but they don't specify a country because they're just like, look it up, figure it out. If you don't know that Lagos is in Nigeria, soon you will. It's a really small thing, but I loved it. And of course, those place names take on a different meaning when they're alluding to places we're very familiar with. So there's a certain area of New York that pops up on screen, and in the opening night crowd I was with, I think that is the first time in history that that particular place name has made an audience erupt into applause. But there were a lot of movie-going moments that I'm gonna remember really fondly from this movie. And of course, as everyone has been saying, there's an enormous climactic fight somewhere in the movie that involves a great many characters and just incredibly creative uses of their powers and wonderful character moments in every action beat. It's the perfect synthesis of action and character. It really is what the movie was for me. So even though it's a little bit of a bummer, I love it. I love it so much. And of course, this movie reminded us of a bunch of our favorite Marvel characters and introduced some that are making their big screen debuts or their MCU big screen debuts. The movie really shines in this department. You may have heard from general reaction that we're all pretty positive on this new Spider Kid. He's pretty great. And another hero who walks off with the movie is a certain T'Challa of Wakanda, the Black Panther. His MCU version is introduced in Captain America Civil War brilliantly. Absolutely brilliant. Like, I loved this character in the movie. I was already excited for his movie, and now that is about at 11. Chadwick Boseman does a wonderful job in the part. And for anybody interested, this is the brand new #1 of the new Black Panther comic. Issue 2 came out this week. Issue 1 came out last month, but you can now find second printings of it if your store like ours sold out. It is illustrated by Brian Stelfreeze, who is a legend, and written by an acclaimed, literally genius writer, winner of the MacArthur Genius Grant, as it's informally known, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm going to look up how to say his name because I'm not sure I'm getting that right. But TNC writes this comic. It's on issue 2. It's absolutely great. And incredibly new reader friendly because he is jumping into the Marvel Universe as a writer for the first time, although apparently he's a lifelong dork, and I love that. All our best thinkers and commentators, secret nerds! I'm keeping this one short because I just wanted to check in. There are many, many more thoughts on Civil War that you can hear from me with my friends over at Collider. We did a spoiler special, a big panel discussion about the show, hosted by John Schnepp with John Campea and Robert Burnett. I have been having a great time over there nearly every week on a show called Collider Heroes, where we talk about breaking news in superhero movies. And a lot of you all have said very nice things on this channel because you checked it out because of Collider. So thank you very, very much. And of course, you can still catch me on Drama Club Heroes every Tuesday night on Geek and Sundry. And a huge thank you to all of you who have been watching Future Girl and have said wonderful, kind, supportive things that I can't believe anyone said about something that we made. Your reception of season 1 and your support of the show have been astounding, and so I don't get struck speechless that often, but I don't even know what to say. It has been wonderful. Thank you so much. That's it for today. This was just a quick one because I wanted to say hi. I haven't talked to you guys about comics for a bit. I'm usually talking about stuff on Twitter if you're not already following me there, or any of the shows that I just mentioned. But I miss doing this, so you guys might be seeing a little more from me. Thanks for watching!